Jai Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Rakha Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. And Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. And all of our Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Bhaga Ki Jai. So this week we are sharing a few words, a few thoughts about the grace of Sri Guru, and especially in the light of our recent worship of Govardhan Hill and our remembrance during the month of Kartik of Radha, Krishna and the pastimes of Vrindavan, which are the pastimes in the uppermost section of the spiritual world. So, purity, the purity of our masters, Srila Govinda Maharaj, Srila Sri Ramanuja and Srila Prabhupada, the purity of our grandmaster, great-grandfather or grandfather for some of us, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the purity of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of his message and of those who are carrying that current into this world and throughout the world. Because in this world we must always make decisions, we must always go forward with our eyes open, and we have a life to live, we have this life to live. And as Srila Guru Maharaj pointed out, we have this life in our hand. We have some free choice. And we don't know for sure where we will be in our next life. We cannot say for certain we won't be taken by our karma to this place or that place. But now we have the opportunity to discriminate, to use our energy and to go forwards in the journey of our spiritual life, as opposed to the eternal attempt to be successful in the material life. So, purity, purity, purity. Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, all, they're wanting their students, they're wanting the devotees to take seriously spiritual life and not make excuses to themselves or to others for doing wrong, for making mistakes in this material world, for misusing their energy in different ways. So here we are here to represent our masters, and this way we are putting up some big signboards, if you like, to say, come to Srila Gurudev, come to Srila Guru Maharaj, come to Srila Prabhupada. There is no question about their sincerity, their qualification, their purity. And let us not be too caught up in this material world of the impurities of what we see around us, both physically and also you can think consciously, thinking-wise, mentally, in the mental realm, the impurities in the mental realm, the impurities in the physical realm. Because we've got the pure standard, we've got the pure gold of Gurudev, Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada, and so we must continue. And as Srila Gurudev points out about the service to Guru, surrender to Guru, etc., but our service, our surrender will be to the Guru, as Gurudev said, but the Guru must be perfect. And we can introduce you to those perfect Gurus. They are Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. They are Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. That message which is coming from them, that message which is being distributed by devotees in this world, all over the world, that message is the message of purity. So, when we are coming to search for reality the beautiful, well, yes, reality the beautiful, truth, non-dupliciousness, all the direct things which are the glories of the pure world, all of those things, the embodiment of truth, embodiment of beauty, embodiment of genuine love, and all direct dealings, everything which is coming in that upper world, it is all imbued with this permeation of honesty, sweetness, affection, reassurance, encouragement, giving nourishment to come home to the land of purity. So, in Sri Chaitanya Saraswati, we came to Srila Guru Maharaj. I came in 1982 to Srila Guru Maharaj. And Srila Guru Maharaj, he said that our mission is not to disturb others, but we are here for relief work. Those from other missions who may be in difficulty, those in anywhere who may be in any difficulty, spiritually speaking, then we are to do relief work. And so that relief work, it continues. It's continued after the disappearance of Srila Guru Maharaj. It's continued after the disappearance of Srila Gurudev. And it still continues. The devotees who have already come to devotional life must be nourished, they must be encouraged, they must be supported. And that will come when we can keep the focus on the teachings of our pure masters, Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj, and of course Srila Prabhupada. So what we have learned directly ourselves and through the experience of others coming to Guru Maharaj and to Gurudev in the mood of shelter, coming for relief, coming for proper guidance in spiritual life, that we can share with others. And that we will try to do in also the pure way, but the purity is with them. And we have the fortune of their guidance in a very direct way, through their recordings, through their books, and through the devotees. And each devotee is carrying something of the heart of our Master. I have to apologize for the noise. We're actually in a very quiet place, but it is the modern world. And they come with their noisy machines to cut the weeds from around the rice. So the rice is the substance of what they're growing, and the weeds have to be taken out. So also some analogy for us, for our spiritual life. Our Krishna consciousness is the substance, and we must take out the weeds. And so this way, some reflection, because steadily devotees all over the world, they're sometimes discouraged and sometimes asking, sometimes they're disturbed when they see literally those they looked up to for years, then they may find, oh, their character is actually not so good and so many things. That may be, but they are introducing us and giving us guidance to the path of Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj. So we must give all credit to all those who help us to come, to introduce us first to Gurudev and to Guru Maharaj, and who can help us to understand their message. Their message is well recorded in the books, in the recordings, audio and video, etc. And we know we need the devotee's heart, the devotee's living connection, to be connected with them. But to be connected with them, we can take shelter of our grandfathers. We can take their shelter when we see any difficulties may be coming within our immediate family. And so this we must always remember, that we are not without shelter. And we cannot blame anybody else for our own situation. That we may be discouraged by somebody. Yes, we may be discouraged, unhappy to see others in difficulty, or others going astray, if you like. But we must take that as an example, to be more convinced, more sure, what we've come for is real, but we must keep a hold of that real thread, and not to hold on to the tail of a dog. For instance, we have to cross the ocean in a suitable boat with a suitable guardian, suitable captain, suitable navigator. And that time is here now, but we must try to keep our eyes open so that we are going in the right direction. And always to give credit and honor to all the devotees. And at the same time to keep our eyes open for the current of purity, and that current of purity is alive and well with Gurudev, Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada and their teachings, which have been preserved like never before in the generations, in, as I say, the recordings and the books which have come directly from their conversations, the questions. Very similar questions that come today itself, via the internet, etc. Very similar questions came to Guru Maharaj, came to Gurudev, and we must refer there, we must try to understand their answers, we must try to understand their clean perspective about what is the way to proceed in devotional life, devotional service. But we will always be optimistic, we must always be positive, and we must always try to go in the right direction and keep our eyes open, as we have been told by Srila Guru Maharaj. That there is such a thing we hear as a blind faith, but that also implies that such a thing is seeing faith. So we'll be in that category. We will try our best and seeing through the perspective and guidance of Gurudev, Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. I hope that this audio, this talk is audible, but really the sound in this room is very loud, even with the windows closed, getting louder. So perhaps this will be a shorter discourse or shorter talk today, but with that message, the message of the existence, that purity of Guru Maharaj Gurudev, their message is alive and well, and we must always live by that message. And the studying, learning, understanding anything is doing. So we must follow what has been given to us. And so to put into practice the teachings of our masters is the proof that we've been listening, paying attention. Otherwise, what are we doing? Just to know something, it is not the same as doing something. So our life is for service, our life is for service to the devotees of the devotees of the devotees. And we are very clear that this world has a strong connection. Only we have to connect in a healthy way, and we must continue happily chanting the glories of Srila Bhakti Santa Govinda Deva Swami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rapa Kshira Deva Swami Maharaj, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and all those who are bringing them to us, whether the ABC or the beginning writing, second writing, whatever it may be, to all of those who are bringing us to their lotus feet, who are helping us to understand, who have brought us to give our full obeisances, our everything, continue in devotional life under that pure guidance of Gurudev, Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. So kindly excuse the background, I hope not too much foreground noise. I give my obeisances to all of the devotees, past, present and future, and pray they do not take any offense. No offense is intended. We have always been here to bring newcomers and devotees to Guru Maharaj, bring newcomers and devotees to Srila Gurudev. We're still trying to do that because their teaching is all in all. Vancha kalpatarubhishta, kripa sindhubhya evata, atitana bhavanebhyo, vaishnavebhyo, namo namah. Hare Krishna,